Alright, hey guys, I'm cooking something right now on the stove, some eye lenses. So, while that's going on, I figured I'd make a short video on something I already made a video on today, but I'm actually going to go into detail. I still haven't put the parts back in. If you didn't see it earlier, I managed to take out the filtering mechanism for this mask. This is a Snugfit, and it has basically as a top cover, or several top layers, which, as you can probably see, 7 holes there, 7 smudge dots, you can probably figure that out. This nice sponge that's older than my grandparents, another nice little piece of cotton, and then a back rubber ring. I'll probably put that in later. This is a really easy mask to deal with, even though it's from the 20s. And this is actually I'll pull the box here so you can see it. This is a Snugfit, and it says it was patented. We're still working on the patent. It's my honest belief that this is actually a knockoff of the Cover's automatic respirator. Now, I don't know that for certain, and there's the major issue that a lot of countries, including Spain, Italy, France, well, actually, no, sorry, Spain. I don't know if there's one from Spain, that probably is, but France and Italy made a lot of these. England made some too. We call them wet sponge respirators because, surprise, surprise, the filtering mechanism is a wet sponge. And that is, the Covers is called an automatic respirator. This one, it says also automatic nickeled air valve. So I assume automatic in that one did not need to physically actuate the air valve except for exhaling. Which I can show you here. Again, really simple design. Air comes in here. There's a little metal disc in this tube. I showed off in the other video. I'm not going to take this apart again. That effectively acts as a valve to release exhale without going through the filter again. Really simple design. It doesn't actually really seal. It more just kind of, there's a cutout for your nose, but really it just kind of sits there. So yeah, going back to this, you can see also the mask was offered in orange. What does it say? Orange or red? It says red, sorry, and white. They've crossed out white here, telling you that it's red. Really simple design. And really, it's not a lot to that. This was probably produced in the only real question with this thing was if it was produced closer to 1900 or to like 1930. These things were kind of, even though Covers managed to sell them in the 60s, I believe, really these things kind of died out in the 30s and 40s when people started realizing that you needed like a real respirator. That was when MSA started coming into the market, and these would have been sold mostly as half masks for like dust or something like that. They're not real effective unless it's your only option. If it's this or a dust rag, I would take this thing. But once you get more options, like a chemical cartridge respirator, I'd go with one of those. And not a lot to say. Again, it was a really common design around the turn of the century and into World War I. A lot of countries, there's actually there's a very early Dutch one that effectively looks like a small metal cup that basically just covers the mouth and nose. And that's kind of the same concept here, is let's just get this covered with something. We'll put some kind of really simple filtering material in it, and it'll work really well. And I guess the only other thing to mention is that this one is actually probably the rarest variant. Obviously, Covers made several. They made the white ones that you guys have probably seen, and they made those with white and black straps. They also made a black cup one that had the integrated goggles into it. And those are pretty cool. I own one of those in terrible condition. I'm working on getting maybe a second from a friend. And then this one, which we've really been chewing on for a while because we thought that maybe Covers made it. And the guy who originally had this would not publish photographs at all, and that was irritating. And, well, here it is now, and that's a story for another time. So, yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and good night.